Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Marketing Monday. My name is Chanel E. Martin, and I'm your host for Marketing Monday on today. And I'm so excited for today's topic. We're going to be talking about what you need to do. I'm going to give you 5 things you need to do before you launch, before you publish your book. As you are coming on in, can you go ahead and say, good morning? Wait, good afternoon. Can you say hello? Can you drop down in the comments where you are tuning in from? Okay, where you are tuning in from. Let me tag everybody. Come on in the stream. Let us know where you are watching from so that we can begin to have this discussion. Let me go ahead and introduce myself so that you'll know exactly who I am. My name is Chanel E. Martin. I'm the founder of Beyond the Book Media. And one of the things that Beyond the Book Media does is we help you write. We also help you publish and we can help you market your books. We do a weekly stream called Marketing Monday that is specifically tailored towards brands, entrepreneurs, those of you who are looking to make money with a published book. And so I am so excited for today's stream. Go ahead. If you know someone that's supposed to be here up in this here room, I need you to go ahead and say, come on in here. Come on in here. Because we are about to get started. Y'all, we just wrapped up Map Your Book Out, which was so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. For those of you who got the challenge packs, sorry, challenge packs are not on sale. They're not on sale, but they're soon, but they'll be back on sale next time we have a Map Your Book Out. But you guys have an opportunity to go back and watch all of the replays from that. All right, let me go ahead and get started. I don't want to delay us too long. But today, look, Kenitra said map. Let me go ahead and show. You said map your book out, right? Wasn't it everything? Was it not everything? It was so good. Those of you got the challenge pack, go back and watch it. Sometimes you need to watch something more than once. All right, let me go ahead and get us started and get us in this topic so I can get y'all on through y'all lunch break. All right, so today we are talking about 5 things you need to do. 5 things you need to do before you launch your next book. Okay. All right. So the first thing, now make sure you take some notes. Okay. The first thing, number one, you need to start showcasing your expertise online. That's the first thing. You need to start showing your expertise online. Now, and you also need to use the title of your book showcasing your expertise. Okay. So if you want to, go ahead and put in the comments the title of your book. Now, the reason why we're doing this is we're doing this for SEO, and we're doing this so that when people start Googling you or start Googling your book title, even if there are other book titles that have that same title, as soon as people start Googling you or Googling that title, it's going to show up. So go ahead and put in the comments a title of your book, right? Because I'm going to show you how to do it. All right. So, like, for example, the Supernatural Entrepreneur. One of the things that we started doing before my book came out is we got a podcast called the Supernatural Entrepreneur. We had a whole conference called the Supernatural Entrepreneur. So we are using the title of the book as, okay. All right. So someone said, reclaim your hope. Now, it doesn't tell me who you are, but reclaim your hope. For reclaiming your hope. Now you need to start talking about reclaiming your hope. You need to be writing blog posts about reclaiming your hope. You need to be creating, having media placements about reclaim your hope. You need to be doing YouTube videos about reclaiming your hope. You need to be having everything on your social media needs to be saying reclaim your hope, right? So, for example, Kenitra says grace for this. You need to start, Kenitra, everything need to be talked about grace for this. When you Google Kenitra M. Mason, it needs to have grace for this you need to have grace for this at the same thing. All right. So Mama Phyllis, clean pause or safe pause. All right. So you need to be, when someone looks up Phyllis Rouse, the Phyllis C. Rouse Consulting, they need to be seeing safe pause, clean pause. So again, like I said, the way you do this, start writing blog posts. Even if the blog posts are only on your website, you want to start writing blog posts. The next thing you want to do is you can start getting media and press. And what you want to do is tailor it towards the topic of the book. So you don't have to give the whole thing away. You can also get on do YouTube videos. Y'all, YouTube shorts are hot. So even just like reels, even if you're just giving people quick little nuggets or tidbits or information, just give the internet some energy of your expertise, okay? And of course, you want to do this for a minimum of 30 days. You want to do this for a minimum of 30 days. All right. So that's the first thing. The first thing you need to do before you launch your book is you need to start showcasing your expertise online. That's the first thing. All right. The second thing you need to do. All right. So listen here, y'all. I might step on a few toes. Listen here. Polished brands are trustworthy. I need you to put that in the comments. Polished brands are trustworthy. All right. Polished brands are trustworthy. What do I mean by polished brands? I know sometimes we get super excited about launching and we want to rush because it's our birthday or whatever arbitrary date that we set for launching our brands or launching our books. But let's talk about what does a polished brand? What does a polished brand actually look like? So a polished brand means a professional, okay, a professional and updated headshot. So I don't care what you got to do. You need to have professional and updated headshots. Now, I feel like a broken record, but you'd be surprised how many of our authors, and if this was once we got you together, y'all then gave me selfies to put on the back covers of their books, selfies for us to put on promotional graphics. At the time when I used to do that, now my team handles it. If you gave me a selfie, I immediately told you to go get some photos done. So if you are investing in your brand, you need to go get some professional headshots, not the headshot from you 3 years ago. You don't even look like that. Your hair was short, now it's long. You know, you may have put on a little bit of weight or you may have lost some weight. You want people to be able to recognize you on your promotional content. Y'all, if I showed y'all, I don't have a picture. Y'all, the picture of me on my very first book, there's no reason why I should put that on my next book. I don't even look like that no more. I'm about 20 pounds heavier. I got a whole different style, okay? So you need to get some professional updated headshots. The next thing you need to do is you need to create a landing page or a website where they can learn more about your book, okay? So don't just launch a book, all right? Don't just launch the book and you only sending people to Amazon. What happens is when they Google it, and the title of that page, that landing page needs to be the title of your book, so that when they Google you, your page comes up and they can learn more about you, right? Because people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So you need to make sure you have a landing page or a website, okay, that has the title of your book. And if you're really savvy, go ahead and go on GoDaddy and grab the domain. So for example, Mama Phyllis, yours is Clean Paws or Safe Paws. Do you have cleanpawsafepaws.com? Like, you should own that domain name. All right. So where they can learn more about you and where they can connect with you. You want to make sure you have that. So don't just launch your book and just put it out on Amazon or whatever, or selling books with just Cash App and invoices. You want to make sure that you have a landing page or a website where people can learn more about your book. So that's number 2. If you're just now joining us, we are talking about 5 things you need to do, okay, before you launch your book. We just talked about the first thing, which is start showing your expertise online. We gave you a list of things that you can do right now that are super low cost. Number 2, we just got through from talking about polished brands are more trustworthy. Yes. So, okay, that's a good question. Someone asked, let me put this up here. Should I create a website even though I only have one book at the moment? What you can do, okay, is if you have a personal brand website, you can just create a landing page. There's a difference between a landing page and an actual website. So your website may have everything about you, maybe ChanelEmartin.com, right? But then you might have ChanelEmartin.com/the supernatural entrepreneur. And that one landing page has all the information. Charlene, how long before the launch should you market your book? There's not a time. Look, you can start marketing the book a year before you launch. Okay. So hopefully that answered that question. And then also, you want to have a landing page or website where they can learn more about your book. You also want to, okay, y'all, let's talk about this. You want to have professional, Because I'm talking to brands, right? I'm talking to entrepreneurs. I'm talking to those of you that God is called to produce wealth. I'm talking to money makers, right? I'm talking to influencers. I'm talking to game changers, right? I'm not talking to regular schmegler. I'm just doing this just because so I don't get fined. I'm talking to those of you that you know God is elevating you. Right? How many of you know that God is elevating you? How many of you know that God has called you to influence the masses? If that's you, go ahead. Put a hand raising in the comments. Give me some hearts. Let me know if I'm talking about you, okay? Because I need to. We're gonna have a little family chat real quick. All right. Well, okay. So I see a few of y'all. Y'all saying I'm talking about you. All right. Y'all raising your hands. All right. All right. Cool. Cool. Because I need to make sure. I'm talking to the right group of people before I drop this. All right. Listen here. Listen here. Those of you who just raised your hands right now in the name of Jesus, I rebuke the spirit of DIY off of your brand. I remove the spirit of DIY, janky DIY off of your brand in the name of Jesus. May resources come from the north, east, south, and west. May professionally looking materials be your portion from this day on. May you have people that come to you and tell you the truth and tell you that cover don't look good. It looks like you did it in Canva. How about you might want to go and change your photo. May God surround you with people that tell you the truth. All right. Okay. I just had to pray the DIY spirit off of y'all. Because I promise you, most of y'all are not graphic designers. I don't care how cute your Canva graphic looks. It looks like Canva. And then 9 times out of 10, if you're using anything off of Canva, you don't own any of the elements. So, all right. So this is what you need to do. At a bare minimum, even if you are not going with a publishing company like Beyond the Book Media and you're doing it yourself, you need to hire professional editors, professional proofreaders, a professional graphic designer, right? A professional cover person, a professional to do all of your marketing materials. This is not the time. Look, I told you, I'm only talking to brands, right? Those that God is elevating, right? The ones that God's going to make your name great. You're going to have your face on billboards. You booked and busy. You getting flew out. You got speaking engagements galore. You got your own television talk show. You got right? That's the people I'm talking to, okay? If that's not you, then you can go DIY. But if that's you, you got to put to death this DIY spirit and go ask God for the money and believe God for the resources. I don't care if you got to DoorDash or do a Lyft or do whatever you got to do to get the money. Y'all, I'm telling you, by those of us who are professional, we're booking and we're looking for people to bring on our platforms. I'm looking at your whole brand. I had somebody reach out to me about potentially speaking to some people, and I went and looked at their website and I wasn't impressed. I went and looked at what they were doing and I wasn't impressed because we're constantly looking for speakers for all the things that we have going on across both brands, across Beyond the Book Media and Kingdom Business Network. And if I go look at your stuff and I'm trying to put you in front of my wealth producers and I'm trying to call you in to speak and your stuff looks like you DIY, I'm not calling you. I'm not booking you. Okay. So I just had to tell y'all that so that you can understand, like some of you like how you not getting stuff. And it's like we go and you don't look trustworthy. So make sure you get professional editors, professional cover graphics, professional photos, because you're a brand. God is elevating you. You need to go ahead and look to the best of your ability, where God is taking you. If you know God has called you to the nations, if God has called you globally, you need to look like a global brand. And there's ways that you can do that without spending a whole lot of money. This is when you go ask God, you go get spirit, or you start bartering. You may not do some graphics, but you might could do something else. And you and your friends, your community start bartering. Whatever you got to do. All right. Now that I've got through that part. So we're on to, hopefully, I hope I wasn't too harsh. Look, y'all know Chanel gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And if you come asking me about how my book cover look and I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you some suggestions, but I'm going to tell you. All right. So look, I'm gonna tell you stuff that ain't nobody else gonna tell you. All right, let's go. Number three. Y'all, if y'all could just do one thing for me, y'all, just please stop sending selfies. That's all I got. Just stop sending me the selfie you took. I know your iPhone got good quality. Selfies with filters. Okay, I'm done. Let me pull out. Let me pull out before I go on a whole rant about all of us talking about. Okay, no, I'm done. All right, point number three. Let me get to point number three. Point number three. If you're just now joining us, we're talking about 5 things that you need to do before you launch your book. Look, some of you are like, oh man, I can't. Nope, you can't. The portrait mode do come through, but the quality when we're trying to put that, okay, portrait mode comes through for your Instagram and social media posts. Portrait mode ain't coming through when you need to enlarge that thing. Portrait mode ain't coming through when we're trying to create, you see like that backdrop when we're trying to create, hold on, this way, retractable banners. Portrait mode ain't coming through for that. All right. Number 3, don't launch without a plan. Okay. Now, of course, many of you are like, well, duh. But how many of you who've already launched a book just went ahead and launched a book? You didn't have no plan. You know what you was gonna do. You know how people was gonna get to it, right? You was like, well, I'm just being obedient. And remember, in Map Your Book Out, we learned that you're gonna have to this season. You're gonna have to steward your obedience. Okay, you have to steward your obedience. So let's talk about this. Launching without a plan. You need to set the vision for your book. And many of you did that. If you had a chance to go to Map Your Book Out, we did the prophetic vision casting for our book. So you want to make sure that's at a bare minimum. What is the vision for the book? What do you see God doing with the book? What are your goals for the book? We're not just writing books just because, oh, the story need to get out there. What does that mean? What does that mean? Don't launch your book without a plan. You need to set the vision for you. Go ahead and prophesy to your book. Tell your book where it's going to go. Tell your book who it's going to impact. Tell your book how much money a new business is going to bring to your brand. Set the vision. That's at a bare minimum, and that costs you nothing to set your own vision. The next thing you want to do is you need to know how long are you going to be launching. Okay. How long are you going to be launching? Is your launch period going to be, and when I say launching, that means like, launching is the time in which you are actively promoting your book and you're getting as much traction as possible. Go ahead and say, I'm going to launch this for 30 days. 30 days is going to be all about the supernatural entrepreneur. For the next 30 days, it's going to all be about clean. What hold on, I'm looking for the title of y'all books. Grace for this, right? For the next 30 days. So go ahead and just set a day. Like, we're just not going to arbitrarily launch books. You're going to say, okay, for the next 30 days, from November to December, all I'm talking about is my book. So that's it. So, okay, look, if you're just now joining us, we're talking about 5 things you need to do before you launch. So we just got through from doing the 3rd point. Now let's go ahead and get to point number 4. Point number 4. Now, this is really important. Okay. You need to get beta readers first before you launch your book. Let me tell you something. Beta readers first and ask for feedback. Before you launch your book, you need to get beta readers and ask for feedback. Don't be afraid for people to not like your book. Now, when your book hits the market, y'all hear me? Y'all, let's come in. Let's talk about this. Listen here. When your book hits the market, you should not be the only one that read it. I'm gonna pause there and let y'all marinate on that. When your book hits the market, it shouldn't have only have passed through your eyes. When your book hits the market, it shouldn't have only passed through only your editor's eyes. You need to have had some people that have read your book and have given you honest feedback. They're gonna find stuff that's not clear. They're gonna find stuff that needs to be improved. They might even find some major typos because listen, when you're in flow and when you're typing your book, or when you're writing your book, it makes sense to you because it's coming out of your head. In your mind, it makes sense. And you want to know something? Most people write like they talk. Right. So it's different when you are in person with someone and you're talking and you're communicating, they're able to kind of piece together context clues. But when you write, it makes sense to you and it may not make sense to no one else. So you need to get you some beta readers. Any of you, no, I'm not even gonna have y'all put your stuff on blast. Ain't nobody read. You just launch your book. Ain't nobody read it. Oh, God said it was gonna be good. You and Holy Spirit, y'all the only people that read your book. And then you're wondering why it's not having the traction, why it's not moving. One of the things we did with the supernatural entrepreneurs, I have a Facebook group. and it has about 100 people in it. And I was like, here, look. And I was not afraid about people stealing my stuff, because go ahead and steal it if you want to, I guess. But I put my whole book, a whole PDF, my whole manuscript, unedited. It didn't have no edits. And I said, here, y'all, read my book, give me honest feedback. And I'm telling you, they did. And I was able to take that feedback. Okay. I was able to take that feedback and I actually added it in my book. I did. I went through each and every feedback, everything that someone posted, especially, some people just gave like, oh my goodness, it was good because it is. And then some people were like, you know what? I didn't understand. I wish you would have elaborated more. And then when I went back and I read the sections, and I'm telling you, I went line by line by line. You see what happens a lot of times, y'all, we such in a rush. We're such in a rush to do things. And many of us, we need to steward, but we need to have a pace of grace. And so I went by and I went back after I wrote the manuscript in 7 days. But then I went by and I said, okay, can y'all read it? I gave people a time limit. First of all, don't be giving people a year to read your book. I was like, y'all got 3 days, or I think I said, y'all got a week to read this book because I want to get into publishing. And then I took the time to go through a week. Yes. I gave them a week. So you want to give people only a short amount of time, or else they'll be holding up your publishing process. So I gave everybody a week, and I love it. And now, when the book is ready, I got potentially 100 people that's going to buy the book up front. Our beta readers also, yes, you want to get people in your target audience that identify. I think when I did a call for beta readers, I was specific. I was like, hey, if you're an entrepreneur, you're called to build. I gave specific pinpoints of people that I want to read in my book. So what does that mean? Don't just be giving your book to your mama who loves everything that you write and do, who thinks you're so amazing, because your mother's going to read the book and your mother's going to be like, oh my gosh, Jennifer, you are just so amazing. Your book is just so awesome. Oh my gosh, Chanel. Oh, baby, look at you. I'm so proud of you. That was a good book, baby. And then you be wondering like, wait a minute, you get some bad reviews or some low reviews. So yes, you want to make sure that you have beta readers. So that was point number 4. All right, let's go. The next point, that was point number 4. Then we have our final 5th point. Okay, our 5th point. All right, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for the last point? Actually, let me do a recap real quick, then I'll give y'all the last point. So we're talking about 5 things you need to do before you launch your next book. Number 1, we'll start showcasing your expertise online using the title of your book. Number 2 was polished brands are more trustworthy, so make sure that your brand is as polished as possible. Number 3, don't launch without a plan. You go ahead and prophesy to your book. Number 4, get you some beta readers. Your eyes shouldn't have been the only eyes that seen your book. And number 5, the last one, and there's many more, but this is my favorite one. Launch with bundles. I want y'all to put that in the comments, in the chat. I want you to put launch with bundles. Launch with bundles, not just a book. Launch with bundles and not just the book. What do I mean by that? Okay. So when you launch, I don't got a book. I don't got no book near me. When you launch, don't just launch with just the book. At least get you a t-shirt made, a mug, an ink pen, a blank journal. Launch with bundles. You know what that does? Number 1, it increases your the money, the revenue that you're going to generate, right? It increases your revenue. So instead of selling your book for $20, now they can get a book and a t-shirt, you sell it for $50, and now you've made more money. Number 2, it expands the brand. So now, like, especially if you give something that some people can wear, people just get a t-shirt just because now they're wearing your brand, and it creates brand visibility, right? And brand authority. And then also it increases the customer experience, and it's a reminder that they got a book from you, that they got a product from you. Okay. So don't just launch with just your book. I want you guys, and if you're getting ready to launch a book or writing a book right now, let me know in the comments, or you're going to relaunch after I just told you this. Go ahead, even if you've already launched a book, go ahead and do the relaunch. I don't care if you launched it yesterday. Go ahead and do a relaunch. And when you relaunch, go find you some relevant merchandise that fits your book and that also fits your brand. Okay. So for some of you, again, a lot of this is going to take you not rushing, but being intentional. Okay. All right. So that was the 5th one. I have a bonus one. Right? I have a bonus one. Y'all ready for this bonus point? Okay, so here's a bonus one. I gave y'all 5 tips, right? I'm gonna go through them one more time, then I'm gonna tell you my bonus one. The first one, of course, start showcasing your expertise online using the title of your book. The second one is polished brands are more trustworthy. We're gonna be professional because we call to the nations. Number 3, don't launch your book without a plan. Get a vision for your book. Number 4, get you some beta readers because my God, somebody else need to read it because you sound good to you, but maybe not to the rest of us. Uh, and then number 5, launch your bundles, not just a book. All right. So here's the bonus. Here's the bonus one. The bonus is don't be afraid to pitch your book for bulk orders. Don't be afraid to pitch your book for bulk orders. Now, that was one thing that I have not done yet, but I'm coaching everybody else to do. It's only been because I have so much going on. But you best believe I'm about to be pitching my book for bulk orders. Okay. Don't be afraid to pitch your book to bulk orders. I want you to think about who is your target audience and who would be interested in buying bulk orders and copies of your book. Because now you've made more money and you've made more impact. So instead of you trying to sell one $20 book, go ahead and try to get someone to buy 100 of them. Now they're going to distribute the 100 books to people in places that you don't even know. Now you've made $2,000 off of the 100 books and you've increased your footprint. Okay. So don't be afraid to pitch your book for bulk orders. So depending upon your target audience, that's why if you did the prophetic vision for your book, then you know who your target audience, you know who you're called to serve. So you can go ahead and start thinking about organizations, businesses, bookstores, whoever who will be interested in buying your book. So those are my 5 points. That was my bonus one. Do I have any questions? You can drop them in the comments. All right, drop them in the comments. I see some questions coming through. So first of all, I want to tell y'all, you can join. Brand Author Academy is now open. So Brand Author Academy it's our 7-day book writing accelerator. It's also a feeder into publishing with us at Beyond the Book Media. You'll finish your manuscript in 7 days. And then you'll get coaching, you'll get accountability, and it's just a great overall 7-day accelerator. It will change your life. So registration is now open for that. You can go to Brand Author Academy. I'll put that up while you guys are coming in question. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat so I can answer them. Let me see. I'm about to put this. I'm going to drop the link. We've been talking about it. Registration is open until Friday. Okay. But yes, all right. So I want to start there. I do see some questions. So Charlene says, can you talk briefly about your publishing process and costs? So are you talking about specifically for Beyond the Book Media? So Charlene, this is what I want you to do. If you're talking specifically about Beyond Book Media or just in general, it just depends, right? Just like you can go to a car dealership and you can go get you a used 1990 Honda Accord, or you can go to the car dealership and you can go get you a Rolls Royce, right? It just depends on the caliber, the quality, and the person or the company that's publishing your book. So what I want to encourage you to do is just up at the top of this, you can book a call with us, or you can go to beyondthebookmedia.com. Okay, I'm going to type that in there. Beyond the Book Media, which is our name. If you go to beyondthebookmedia.com and you select contact, okay, and you select contact, then you will, beyondthebookmedia.com, you select contact, then you can be connected and we can give you more information. All right, let's see. We got another question. Do you send out pre-orders first before publishing on Amazon, or do you publish first and then send out your pre-orders? Are you doing pre-orders on Amazon? Are you doing pre-orders? One of the things that Raul taught us, he said, when you do pre-orders, you need to do them on Amazon and not try to do your own personal pre-orders. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing pre-orders only on Amazon. And then after we do our Amazon launch, then if you want to get signed copies, I don't even know if I'm even doing physical signed copies of this next book. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like fulfilling orders. I'll probably have physical books, and you can only get signed copies from me is if you show up to some place that I'm at. I'm always somewhere and I have copies of my books. That's what I'm doing. So you want to do what makes sense for you. Okay. You said, thank you for this point. You live in Barbados, and sometimes it can be a bit difficult in a smaller market, even with bundles. Well, hopefully bundles will help you sell more books. I don't know anybody who don't want a t-shirt. T-shirts are universal. Like, we all want t-shirts, right? So let me see. Any other? I'm looking to see if there's any other questions. I don't think I see any questions. I think I answered it. Yeah, I think I was answering questions along the way. Yeah, well, it's yes, you definitely, yeah, yes, get reviews. So remember when I told you that's a good point. I'll put that on. So Charlene says, I've heard a strategy about getting reviews before you launch to help you go to best selling status. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, especially if they're buying it from Amazon, because Amazon already starts calculating how many people are requesting the copies of your book. So if you have beta readers, so I haven't done this yet, because we're getting ready to make some changes to our Amazon listing, but I have about 100 beta readers. I'm about to go and message all of them and ask them if they read it, if they could go and leave a review on Amazon. So absolutely. All right. Look. Well, I don't know if you guys have any questions. Thank you for saying this is good. Listen, if you are just now stumbling in here and you're like, what is it? This is Marketing Monday. I do this every single Monday around 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the time in which we get to talk about marketing your book, all things book marketing, all things authorhood. And our broadcast is specifically for those of you who are entrepreneurs, brands, and influencers. We have Brand Author Academy. It's our book writing accelerator, our book coaching program in which we will help you finish your book in 7 days with coaching and accountability, prayer, prophecy, and Holy Spirit. It works. I'm a product of that, and we have helped so many other people finish their books at an accelerated process. So you can go to brandauthoracademy.com. You got until Friday. Registration closes on Friday. And then I'll answer this one last question before I uh roll off, because it says, what are the best ways to utilize your reviews? Everywhere. Utilize your reviews on your website, utilize your reviews on put them in the book, utilize your reviews on your social media, utilize your reviews when you're talking about it, because it shows proof of concept. So no, we do not have, we didn't talk about podcasts or blogs on this one, but if you go look in our archives inside of Write With Me or on our YouTube page, you will find all kind of replays, and I'm sure one of them we talked about creating a podcast and a blog. So all right, guys, make sure you come back next Monday. We'll be talking about a whole new topic, one that you'll want to know about, and also invite a friend. And we'll see you next time. Y'all have a great Monday and great rest of the week.